I've been thinking about what holds us back, what gets in the way of us making progress or building our business to the point where we hope it will be, or those lofty goals that we've set. With my experience, the number one thing that holds us back is not product knowledge or your creativity or your ability to build relationships. All those things we're pretty good at, right? The one thing that holds us back more than any, see if you agree with this, is the ability to be successful in our prospecting. I developed a program called the Courage to Prospect. Being courageous is an admirable trait, right? And it can help us work through many challenges. When we take risks, step out of our comfort zone, all those things we're doing to help to achieve our goals. So here's some things that I've learned in my research, writing, teaching, speaking, about courage and how it might lend itself to what you and I do on a day-to-day basis. So the first thing is to understand that you might have fear. Let's say you're reaching out to some CEOs or business development professionals in a not-for-profit world, something you've never done before in your promotions business. So courage, know this, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. There's a great book by Susan Jeffers titled Feel the Fear and Go Ahead and Do It Anyway. So recognize that the little fear creates some hesitation. Have you ever had hesitation to go ahead and follow through with your game plan to do prospecting today? That fear or that natural reserve is something we all face. Even the most successful producers face it. So you're not alone there, but understand and acknowledge that there's some fear. You can begin to kind of confront it in a maybe a more effective way. So set clear goals that would define what you want to achieve, but also why. The why is really important, and we've learned more about that over the course of time. Having a clear purpose and direction can provide motivation, maybe more than just paying the bills, although that's important too. Give yourself the courage to take some necessary action, even though it might be a little bit difficult. And sometimes the why it's important can be the internal motivation generator that you need to get started. So start small, speaking of getting started. So courage is like a muscle, and it can be developed by taking smaller steps. My friend Jack Canfield used to say, Steve, chunk it down into bite-sized pieces. We're not going to climb a mountain because we decided to tomorrow. We may have to start out walking a few blocks and then walking a mile and then climbing some smaller hills and mountains. And then we go to Kilimanjaro. So gradually expose yourself to these situations that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, like calling a CEO or a famous person in your town, or somebody that seems like they may be too busy to want to talk to you, and work your way up to bigger challenges. Get a little bit of momentum. Somebody once told me, make that first call in the morning to somebody you're pretty sure will be friendly. You get started on the right foot. Sounds kind of fundamental, but not a bad idea. And then let's do like the Olympic hopefuls do at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. They spend a lot of time working on this thing called visualization. Can you imagine yourself successfully overcoming this, perhaps a fear of prospecting or reaching out to new people? Can you picture what that might look like at the end of the day or the week or the year, and what that outcome could provide for you? And perhaps just that little picturing can help you build some confidence and reduce anxiety. And by the way, when you picture a positive outcome, your subconscious likes that and kind of works on it for you. Did you know that? So, and then while we're trying to step out of our comfort zone a little bit and maybe take on more to do something bigger, something better, or maybe just something a little different to try to get a little different result, surround yourself with supportive and encouraging people. We all have friends who aren't as encouraging and supportive, maybe naysayers. Steve, why do you want to do that? And we also have people in our lives who are more encouraging and supportive and want to know what you're working on. Those are the people you want to ask help of. So, and they'll provide some guidance and motivation and probably a lot of support along the way. Asking for help is a strength, right? Not necessarily, not a weakness, not at all. So, and then one thing we do know about stepping out of our comfort zone, we have to embrace a little bit of failure, because courage often involves taking some risk, right? And the risks comes with the possibility of failure. So it's like the Major League Baseball players who hit 300. They're in the Hall of Fame most often, right? But that means 300, they hit 3 out of 10. 7 times out of 10, they struck out or grounded out. So understand that failure is a part of everything. And failure is a natural part of growing in your world and your business, growing and learning. So learn from your mistakes, adjust your approach, keep getting better, and keep moving forward.